Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. I am delighted you have found me. Um, just really quickly, I am so humbled by the number of views and my new subscribers and the lovely comments. I really appreciate it. Um, and I'm glad you have found something here that you find, helpful, informative, entertaining. So just a really big thank you. All right, so I have a question. And this is my question. How desperate is Donald Trump feeling right now? He has, he's tanking in the polls. He went to Florida by the end of to Orlando to do this big, kickoff to his reelection campaign. He was greeted in Orlando by a newspaper saying no to Donald. Apparently, when his rally was, coming sort of closer to an end, there were all kinds of big pockets of empty chairs. People had literally got up and walked out. He has, Pompeo and Bolton sort of on and on in his ear about Iran, but yet he seems to be backing off with Iran. It was, and when he says things like, "Oh, you'll find out," or "They're gonna know," that's just chatter coming out of him. It has absolutely no real meaning. So I just want to take a look and sort of see how he's doing kind of right now with everything that's going on. It just seems to me that he might be kind of in a tough spot. We'll see. Okay, so one more shuffle and we're good to go. All right, let's bring this thing down. And I will cut the deck. And we will see what cards want to tell us. Well, he's definitely wishing he could get into sort of a bit of a calmer environment, which is ironic. This is coming from a man who loves chaos because he likes to keep everybody off balance around him. But apparently even he has a threshold for how much chaos he can take. I wouldn't be surprised in the next little while if we saw Trump sort of retreating a little bit. I was going to say quieting down, except you and I all know that he's just not capable of that. But I do see him sort of retreating, if not physically, like being sort of absent or unavailable, but he will start retreating from a few of his policies or his more aggressive stance on things. And frankly, it could be a combination of both of those. We have the World here, and he really is frightened of this whole presidency coming to an end a lot more than he is willing to voice or even acknowledge to himself. And we've got the card, the Seven of Cups, which is often about choices, having too many things to choose from, but it's also about sort of illusions and telling yourself a story, deluding yourself about the real truth, the situation as it actually is. He it's like I've said before, he hears the truth, and then as he's processing the truth, if he figures out that the truth is not kind to him, he starts spinning and spinning and spinning. And after a few rotations of this spin, he actually convinces himself that the replacement story is the true story. And he is not a man, of course, who can be told anything different than what he believes. So he's really kind of in a messy place here, right? Because he's scared that he doesn't want this to end. He doesn't like the job, but he doesn't like being in the White House. He ironically, he hates the politics of it all. But he loves the apparent power he thinks he has. He loves that continual ego boost coming from Fox News and his base. Quiet. Sorry, yappy puppy. Okay. He's definitely feeling attacked. He's feeling picked on. He's feeling burdened. He keeps trying to look for sort of a way to wiggle out from where he's at. I think it was yesterday, just an aside. Yesterday, they made an announcement about Trump's launch for re-election and how much money he had raised. And it was a significant amount of money. It was like 24 million or something. And they were saying, he's so far ahead of, the other candidates. He started off with a really big push. Except, let's not forget, he filed his re-election intentions and papers on the day of his inauguration. He has had this whole year to, or not the whole year, a whole 2.5 years to collect that. But let's not forget, that is exactly where he sends all the people who have dirt on him, and he doesn't want them to blab. He sends them over to the re-election campaign, gives them a nothing job that doesn't require them to work, pays them an amazing wage, basically to keep quiet. So my question was, geez, I wonder how much they actually would have had they not been busy trying to pay everybody off. I mean, they could have really, it should be and could be a lot higher. He's worried. He's losing sleep. He's agitated. He's starting to feel as if maybe people don't like him as much as he thought that they liked him. He's starting to feel like maybe the hope has sort of kind of gone out of the situation. And his reaction to that diminishing of hope is to push again beyond legal limits and to charge forward where no one else, with a thinking brain would go. So expect to see continuing erratic behavior and expect to see his reactions to the investigations, all 15 of them, becoming even more erratic than it has been. And expect him to say things and do things that are really so far beyond the edge of the law that everybody just shakes their head. But understand, when he does that, and all the newspapers and the news stations are carrying it, and everybody's freaking out because he said something really stupid, that's how he feeds his ego. It really is. Because, again, he only hears the things that are positive. So all he knows is all of these places are quoting him. They're talking about what he says. He doesn't kind of absorb that what he said has horrified people. That it just doesn't play into it. The investigations are starting to heat up, and they really are heating up slowly, and I do completely appreciate the frustration with that. But it's making him kind of jittery, and he doesn't sort of, he's not quite sure how to get out of it. I mean, every couple of days, it seems the courts rule against him about something. And so every couple of days, another fence that he was trying to put up or build, I should have said wall, that he was trying to put up or build gets pushed to the ground. No, that's not happening. the committees are starting to get far more aggressive about witnesses. And I did talk about the fact that it's a dance and they're putting the building blocks in place so that when they do go to court with the McGanns and the Hopixes and whatever, that they have a really, really strong legal leg to stand on, and Trump and his team really don't have anywhere to maneuver. He's really starting to feel like it's going to be time for him to leave, and he doesn't like it so much. I also want to tell you that I'm not convinced at all that anything in terms of the impeachment investigation, that kind of thing, I don't think, just intuitively I'll share this, that I don't think that anything significant is going to happen until probably September, after Labor Day, when kind of things get back to a normal rhythm. And it makes perfect sense, because you don't want to start something now and then, they take like all of August off. So then you start something, you get everything whipped up, and then it just stops because people are on summer vacations and they're on that break. So it makes far more sense to start it in early September, where you then have a nice long chunk of undisturbed time and no excessively long breaks, to allow, again, that drip, drip, drip to get to him, to make him crazy, to do, what needs to be done. Okay, so last three cards are the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So here's Trump kind of feeling like, again, he's been left out in the cold. People aren't telling him things. He's starting to look foolish. He doesn't like it. But his complete preoccupation is, one, how to amplify his resources and how to not get tangled into the rules and regulations of his own government. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it is helpful. Thank you once again for all of the views, the likes, the subscribes. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so very much. I love your comments. And please take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.